Hello, welcome to In-and-Out of OutSystems, where I will show you something cool and useful in OutSystems in 5 minutes. I'm Craig St. Jean from Netlink Digital Solutions. Let's go! So today I want to talk to you about how databases work within OutSystems. Now, there's a couple of different options. I'm going to, in this video, be speaking about database tables that you create within the platform. That being said, you can import tables from external databases as well, which I will show you in a future video. So for now, we're going to switch over to the Data tab, and here we can see Database. And we also see System, OutSystems Charts, OutSystems Maps, and OutSystems UI. These are other modules that my application depends on that have database entities. So if we want to look at the user's entity, for example, we can expand this out and query that within our application if we choose. Now, if I want to create my own, I can simply right-click and select Add Entity. We can also add a static entity, add folders to organize our data, or import new entities from Excel. For now, we're just going to go ahead and create a standard entity, which maps to a table in a backend database. So let's go ahead and call this one Contact. Now, there's a few things to notice here. OutSystems has created these CRUD operations for us already. And we also have some properties here called public, expose read-only, indexes, and more. If we make this entity public, then it means that other application modules can depend on this entity and query it as needed. It'll default to expose read-only as true, meaning other modules cannot update my data, but I can change that to no if I want. Now, with any regular database, we can establish indexes. This helps specific types of queries perform faster. And since OutSystems is just running on SQL Server or Oracle, you can, of course, still define those as well. But first, let's go ahead and put in some attributes, such as first name, last name, and email. Now, one thing you might have noticed is the data type for email changed to email. OutSystems tries to guess what you are trying to accomplish, and it will set this up for you. We can also mark something as being mandatory or not, and provide a default value. For text fields, we can, of course, add in a max length as well. You should be aware that anything over 2000 is going to be created as an nvarchar of type text if you're on SQL Server. And if you want to limit that in the future to something that has a max length of less than 2000, it would be changing the data type from a text to a standard nvarchar, and you would have to run a migration. So something to be aware of. Now that we have some attributes, we can add in some indexes if we wish. We can click the ... next to indexes, and we can select new. And we could have an index for if we want to query against our first and last name. We can choose if this is a unique index or not, and then we can add the attributes that are part of this index. Next, I want to talk about foreign keys for a moment. So let's have a phone, which is going to take a contact ID. By the way, I'm just hitting Control-N to get a new attribute added. And when I push Enter there, we get this little black arrow on top of the attribute, and the data type has selected Contact Identifier. This means it is going to be a foreign key to the ID column of our contact. We also have delete rules here for protect, delete, and ignore if we want to customize that. And let's go ahead and add in a phone number. Again, this will use the data type of phone number. And then if we want to visualize this, we can open an entity diagram and drag our entities into here. And it will put them in an ERD with our lines for our foreign keys. So this is how you can set up a database within an OutSystems application. Please like and subscribe and leave some comments if there's anything else you'd like to see. Thank you so much.